Welcome back to Visual Trigger.
There's actually one more of these that I have yet to... It's not editing. It's just syncing the sound. I think so. And I didn't say so when I started. I'm stoked. Little monkey shoulder. You know, I didn't really know... Oh, wait, let me put it in front of my face because the autofocus... There we go. I mean... That's all right. More than a couple drops. And if I sound different, I'm actually using a mic that I didn't want to take out the giant blimp, and it's got a giant dead cat on it, so I just didn't want to take it out. And it's ridiculous. The thing is freaking huge. You can't see it though. Oh wait. There. I can just shoot it this way. Oh wait. It's big. It's really big. Does its job though. I made one of these 2 weeks ago, and I thought I'd be good. I'd get another one out. I don't know how these YouTube guys do it. There's no possible way. Like, I watch, because I've been watching my fair share of YouTube lately, especially on... So I don't even know what I fucking said in the last one. And it's not because of this. It's just because I have so much going on. Nice and smoky. Wow. Even the water, I don't know, it didn't really take the edge off much. So I could have put this little shotgun on. I didn't. It's this giant beast. It does, though, in the wind. There's no... I swear it could be gale force. Maybe not wet and rainy because the dead cat would just get disgusting. But in a gale force wind, you could interview, do sound, whatever. For me, it's usually interviewing because I'm not like one of the hundreds of thousands of DPs that are in Canada. If you watch YouTube long enough, I think Canada may have more DPs than any country per capita in the world. It makes no sense to me because everybody who has an opinion about a camera, and actually any kind of camera, well, they're a YouTuber or an adventure, I don't know, van life or some bullshit like that. It's not bullshit. I get it. You want to go and get in your van and do, oh, what are they called? Elopement photography. I didn't even freaking know that was a thing. But I've been looking, so I was dead set. I was going to get new Panasonic stuff. I feel like I covered this in the last one. So, well, anyway, I said numb. Son of a bitch. Huh. Well, as with all new things, and Sony, their professional services people, sent me a Pelican case full of some fun stuff to play with. One of them is this beast. Holy shit. this A7S3, I never got, like, I literally have never ever picked up a Sony. Frank Jackson, he likes Sonys. I know a lot of people like Sonys. I just never really. So when I kind of like thought that for motion, I need to go with a brand that video is number one. Like the use of that platform is number one. It can't be an afterthought. There are things that I've wanted to do with video that it's not like I was hampered. It's not like people said, oh, well, you know, are you sure that wasn't quad 4 color space? No one ever said that. They always remarked how pretty it was. But still, when you show up on a job, and this is total bullshit. I get it. But I've been shooting like that street thing I did in like, or whatever, that Leica ad I did in like 09, 08, whatever the hell it was. That really got me thinking. Because I actually enjoyed the process. And that was like really shitty quality. If you didn't nail it, and in fact, I didn't do any color correction in that thing that I did. Not one. Everything was straight out of camera because I didn't know how to do it. Because that was like, I know it was Final Cut Pro, which I don't use anymore. I use Premiere. And I know my friend called Premiere my first editor. I forget what he uses. He uses either Avid or DaVinci. It's neither here nor there. But I really, really enjoyed getting to know this A7S3. Because there's like an R, but now that's a 4. I don't know. But whatever this thing is, and what I find really funny is that there's this other guy who's a reviewer. I guess he works. I don't know, but he's really, really good. What the fuck is his name? Oh, he's crazy. Oh, Gerald and Dunn. And I was just evaluating that little beast because it's close to the camera that I will be getting in a couple weeks, which is the Sony FX-6. And there's a reason, like, I could probably get that one. In fact, I think I want to get one of those too. But he said something about using it as a still camera. And I'm like, and you know, the Sony rep actually said that too. He's like, well, you know, you can use it as a stills too. It's only 12 megapixels. You know, which made me think back to, I don't know, D2X. No, I think I was Canon at that time. Because I went D1, D1, D1X. 3 of those broke. I switched to Canon. Whatever. I don't remember. But 12 megapixels seems like a long time ago. And there has to be some bullshit cartel-like agreement between the chips manufacturers and drive manufacturers. Because the bigger the goddamned megapixels, the more storage it took. And you know, I wasn't super impressed with a lot of the shit that I saw coming out of all these big megapixel cameras. And both that dude, that YouTube guy, I'll bet he's Canadian too. Not that I like Canadian. I have a lot of Canadian friends, but it just seems a lot of YouTubers are fucking Canadian. You know, and YouTube will probably hit me with something like that's hate speech or something, but it's not. So I made some photos. They've got this like 55 f1.8. It's a brilliant lens. I have a lot of fast Leica glass. I don't know if I need exceptionally fast, especially with ISOs these days. ISOs, I mean, this crazy thing, it goes to like, I forget what it was, a 12.8 or 16K ISO. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, this is still being filmed with a nice little XT3 up on a magic arm that's screwed into a stud in the wall. There's so many holes in that wall. There's a lot of baby nylons in that wall. 1, 2, 3. But I made some photos, my goats, I think, and my where I live. And it's only 12 megapixels, right? And to be totally honest with you, you could do a 10 inches on 300 DPI, 10 inches on the longest side, 300 DPI. As long as you were, you shot using the whole frame, you probably get away with doing a lot of things with it. Well, let's just say this. There is no, like, having large photo sites, that's like shooting a phase one. I was shocked at the richness of these files. They're gorgeous. And, most people, they don't even, I mean, you could make a fine print from that file for sure. Most people won't. Most people don't, they don't do anything besides putting on Insta. That's it. In fact, I could probably do like bottle shots that I do on that stage with 12 megapixels, and every client would be fine with it. But no, I shoot medium format digital, but whatever. This thing, that A7S3 in stills is it's fucking beautiful. I was shocked. The video, wow, that's got a bite to it, that monkey shoulder. The video I did with it, 4K, 120, 422, 10-bit. So now I can bring down some of those sky highlights, and I'm shocked at how good it is. And I don't shoot a lot of low light stuff anymore. Like, even in LA, I didn't, because I didn't shoot movies. If anything, I shot. Oh, I see. I think just then the XT3 didn't really know where to focus. But I'm running an old lens, the 18 f2, which was like the first lens I ever got for that system. I'm honestly shocked at what that Sony can do, and I totally get why a lot of people, and you know what, there are so many people who jump from system to system to system, and like, well, 6 months ago I had this, and but these are YouTube people. I'd be shocked if a lot of them did anything but just collect whatever YouTube they made from YouTube. And so I'm going to bug someone because I'm not looking right at the lens. I have a little monitor right below the camera, and I should put it at the same height, but I didn't. So, because you learn a lot of things when you YouTube. People tell you, or they private message you if they don't feel like leaving a comment. Definitely smoky. Kind of sad I've got to send that Sony back, that A7S3. I don't get that. I'm sure if I shot Sony, like my whole life, I would get it, but I don't get it. And then you hear the rep, and he says like the actual model number. I'm like, I don't know. I know I want an FX-6, and there's a lot of numbers before, and he knows all of them before FX-6, and FX-6 is all I need. So I should have one of those in about 2 weeks. And so the funny thing about that form factor is that, and nobody said, can you come back with something that looks like a cinema camera to do this job? No one's ever said that. But when people are paying you to do like something like that, you almost feel like, oh, is that what you do stills with? And you know what? I only do stills with medium format digital, so I'll film these with XT3 because it's pretty good. I mean, I'm trying to see if I have it on log. It doesn't look like it's on log right now. Huh, I'll have to look. If it's not, then it won't have the same color grade, and I'm not doing this over. So FX-6 is more, it looks more like a cinema camera, and it's gonna be, and it can do, there are other things that the A7S3 can't do that this one can do, but I was told that this is pretty close to what it can do, and except for like having SDI and time code in and out, and let's see, speaking of time code, did I? Yes. There was sound, thank God, because it would really sound shitty if it was just off that T3. Well, I have the giant, it looks so ridiculous there. I guess if I had a fan, well, I do. There's a fan on my strobe over there in the modeling light, because there was like a black hole over there. So I noticed from all these YouTube things, they don't just shoot into a black hole. They put little LED lights everywhere. So there's a not so little one over there in that corner. Modeling light there. One over here. Little kicker behind there to give a little bit of separation. I didn't put a CTB on it. I just let it, because I'm in a, I think this should be daylight. I don't know. I haven't used that camera for a little while. I hope it's on F-log. Ooh, I said S-log before. See, that's how deep I've gotten into Sony lately. Yeah, I feel bad. I gotta send that back tomorrow, because it's fantastic. Not just for video, though. That's the funny thing. I actually like it for stills. That's why... It's got insane dynamic range. Insane. And I'm not saying that any of the other stuff that I have isn't insane like that. This is just... It's a different insane. I can't wait to put that thing on the new camera that comes in. Let's see how it says. I have 1 minute and 35 seconds left on this take. Oh, and well, maybe I'll film one of these or shoot one of these. I hate using the word film because it's not filming. And I hate the word footage. That's not fucking footage. They're clips. Files. Like, oh, how much footage did you get? No, dude. There's no footage. Okay, I'm going to stop and start again. So it says there's 10 more minutes. I don't know how Fuji decides its little table thing. Oh, it's long op. And I'll tell you what, this 4K long op isn't terrible to edit, but the long op that comes off of that thing, holy shit. And luckily, I have, the cards now. Okay, that's the normal card that I use. Up until this new Sony stuff. This tiny thing. Let's see, right there. Ooh, it's so small, it's like I can't see that. And putting them together, I mean, it's not totally smaller, but I mean, it is. I just don't want to fall and lose it in the... And it's faster, this thing. It's a Type A CF Express. And it 700 megabits per second. Right. That's ridiculous. So, let's see what else. So, I said so. It's kind of my but whatever. I haven't done this for a while. 21 f4 Leica R lens. You know, everyone goes after that 19. And I don't, it's like $4,000. And okay, you get an extra stop, but I shoot during the freaking day. I don't shoot at night. I mean, I guess if I shot a movie and became a real DP, Even if that was like a fake movie that you did to demonstrate a new LED light from China, that makes you a DP. I totally get it. 35 Summicron. This one's, so this first one I showed you, this wide, that's from 1971. This one, which I don't own, it's someone else's. 50 Summilux. 1971 as well. This is a Noctilux M. I guess it doesn't want, I guess it just wants my eye right now. Let's see. There we go. Oh, but it still got my eye. 75 Summicron, which, I don't know, it's an M, and I mean, I can put a gear on there. I ordered a gear that'll go on this. I don't see exactly how it's going to go on, so I'm going to have to use a lot of shim tape. Should go on easy on the Noctilux. And what else? Oh, I ordered a 135 2.8 L Merit R. Also, 1971. So all of my vintage... Okay, so the Noctilux, that's 1981. Which, you know, is... I don't know how much I'll... I have an M to... Leica M to Sony E. And I know I've heard people say, oh, they're not that great. You know what? I don't pixel peep. I mean, sure, I do go into photos just to see, like, because I thought about getting a 600 f4 from the 80s, Nikon adapted. There was so much chromatic aberration, it wasn't even funny. So I kind of nixed that idea. I thought it'd be a good POV, an interesting one, because it's like 2 degrees of coverage of a frame, but I don't know, maybe. I might go try to find a 300 2.8. I haven't really decided. The X-T3 is having a little trouble focusing tonight. And I'm lit. Like, seems strange. Yeah. I don't know what it's thinking. I mean, it does pretty good, the Sony's autofocus. I'm not bagging on Fuji right now, but the Sony, holy hell. Like, if I'm doing a walk and talk, and I'm walking backwards and they're walking towards me, I don't have to pull focus anymore. I'm gonna get probably the Tilta Nano motor, just so I can pull focus on some of this older Leica glass. But the Sony stuff, it's that good. And, you know, the last Nikon D5, it was fine. The AFC, it was fine. It wasn't fantastic. I know Canon, but I don't shoot Canon. The Fuji, it does fine. It does better than fine. The Sony, it's next freaking level. They're doing magic or voodoo or something on their stuff. But it's gonna be. Oh, and now I got to replace my goddamn gimbal because it won't carry FX-6. That's fine though. I got my use out of my last gimbal, and those DJI Ronins. These things are amazing. The funny thing is like, you can put your monopod on this thing and use it literally as a gimbal. Because, you know, it's funny. You see, because this friend of mine, he was like, oh, you need more drone shit in that. And I'm like, really? Can't you just use a drone to essentially establish where you are? That's all I need. It does 4K. I don't need it to go do a flight at dusk. Besides, unless you have an Inspire with the best camera on it, it looks like shit. A few seconds, show me where I'm at. That's all I need to know. It's the same thing with jibs. someone gets a jib, and I remember seeing someone's, I wouldn't even call it a reel. It was like an example of what they could do. Clearly, they were just like, they went out and got a slider. Clearly, they went and got a jib. And they probably watched too many Canadian YouTubers talking about which ones they should have bought. And I mean, I know that's fucked up. I'm sure. It just seems like every single one of them is a DP. Like, there must be so many DPs in Canada. I don't know. And if you ever totally want to just burn 3 hours, and I couldn't believe it was 3 fucking hours long. Matt Duclos of Duclos Lenses, whatever it's fucking called in LA. He does cinemods. And I didn't even know this. I'm sure everybody knows about it. There weren't that many views, so like not everybody, but he does a live cinemod. And it took, I haven't been through one of them. I watched for like 25 minutes. But I'll put a link in somewhere. A link in the description. Like, is that what they say? Or they point down below? Like, you know where the fuck it is. Why did they point that? Or like, they point up at the screens like, I know, it's like, improve your such and such. I forget what the hell they're called, because I don't care. So anyway, I hope everybody's one step ahead of the vid, and everyone has a great holiday, great Christmas. I endeavor to get both of these, the one I did before this, and this one up before Christmas. And yeah, hope it finds everybody well. Let's see where, there it is. Maybe the Sony will do a better job of this, but I'm not going to do the Sony. Anyway, take care, guys.